Well, we knew this day was coming. Red Dead Redemption 2 is now starting to get released early for previewers, reviewers, and those special enough to receive an early copy. In a video a week ago, we actually discussed the first individual being caught on PlayStation playing Red Dead Redemption 2 early, which most likely was somebody connected to Rockstar Games, but now, with just 2 weeks away from launch, it seems people outside the company are starting to get their hands on the game. Which leads to today's big news, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2's trophies and achievements have been leaked. In this video, we're going to break down and discuss all of the trophies, but I will be skipping over spoilers as there are some. On the PlayStation 4, the spoiler trophies actually are hidden, at least in the images taken, but the individual who leaked the trophies did put in writing all the trophies with descriptions, and I'm not going to go into discussion or even give any attention to the spoiler ones, as while most are simply complete this chapter, there are some that refer to certain story moments, although I will give props to Rockstar, because even then the spoiler trophies aren't too clear enough, but they certainly give you an idea on how certain parts of the story may go. Anyway, we have a lot of trophies to break down, which gives us more insight into certain gameplay features, as well as how long the main story will run. But before we dive into all that, consider becoming a channel member. Big shout out to some of the newest members, Colonel Reb06, Jeffrey Henderson, and Curtis Wilson for supporting the channel. You can do so by clicking that join button, and there's some added incentives for joining, but most of all, you're helping support the channel. Also, make sure to get geared up for this upcoming Western by getting the popular Red Moon or Wanted shirt designs. If you're interested in getting these Red Dead themed t-shirts or any of the other designs, there will be a link in the description. Nonetheless, let's start with this leaker and what he had to say about Red Dead Redemption 2. He apparently confirms that he has received an early copy of the game and is playing it as we speak. He's also in recent weeks leaked the trophies for games that include Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and Call of Duty Black Ops 4 before they actually released. He also states that he's not a reviewer, nor does he get press preview copies of games early, so therefore he's not entitled by an NDA, which makes me wonder how he's been receiving copies early. Either he's connected, or maybe Red Dead Redemption 2 is just about to be sent out to retailers. Either way, he also confirmed that Red Dead Redemption 2 is not 105 gigabytes in size, as we all originally believed based on the PlayStation 4 Pro bundle that stated that. It's actually around 50 gigabytes along with a 3 gigabyte patch, which makes much more sense in my opinion, although again this is probably being played on a regular PS4, and I'd imagine that the PS4 Pro and Xbox One X versions of this game will be bigger. But nonetheless, let's actually get to these trophies, and the first page reveals that there are 52 trophies in total, 1 platinum, 3 gold, 4 silver, and 44 bronze trophies. And the first one that we actually have is Lending a Hand, which I believe is a silver trophy, and it's complete all optional honor story missions. Then we have Best in the West, which is attain 100% completion. Next is Gold Rush, which is earn 70 gold medals in story missions, which indicates that there will be 70 story missions in total. Now, this is bigger than Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption only having 57 and Grand Theft Auto 5 having 69, but with Grand Theft Auto 5 you had multiple protagonists, so it probably felt a little less, but it was a lot of missions that were included in the story mode. So either way, it seems like this game is not going to be something that people are going to be breezing through. It's going to take some time to complete it. And then obviously there's a lot of side content, a lot of things that you're still going to have to do, and especially if this game's going to be that immersive, it's going to take time to get through, which I think most of us are going to be taking our sweet little time with it. Next we have is Friends with Benefits, which is complete a companion activity in each camp. I wonder what type of activities we can have in camps. Obviously we can do some robberies with our camp members, but there's some questions to some of the other activities that we may or maybe not will be able to do. Proceeding forward, we have Hobby Horse, which is play all mini games, then Breaking and Entering, which is recover the stash from 4 homesteads, which is very interesting. The next one I redacted myself because I kind of think it's story related. Either way, I'm being very careful with this. To the next page, we have one which I think links right to the city of St. Denis, Take from the Rich, which is rob or loot $250, and I think if we go in that town, there's going to be a lot of rich people that we can take, a large amounts of money from. Then we have Give to the Poor, which is donate $250 to the gang's tithing box. Next is Pony Up, which is spend $5,000 across all shops. It may take some time to actually do, but next we have his Extreme Personality, which is reach maximum or minimum honor levels. So this kind of depends whatever way you're playing. If you're playing more of a, guess you could say, a vigilante, a Landon Ricketts type of character, you're probably going to be reaching the maximum honor level. But if you're playing as more of an outlaw, killing everybody that you see, obviously you're going to reach the bottom of the honor system, but you'll have some benefits for whatever way that you play. To the next page we have his Western Stranger, complete 10 Stranger mission strands, and then we have Bountiful, which is survive 3 days holding a bounty of $250 in all states. That's, yeah. And then next is Collector's Item, which is complete one of the collectible strands. Next is a Bronze Trophy, which is Errand Boy, and it says deliver 5 camp companion item requests. Then is Self-Sufficient, which is crafting 30 unique items in story mode. Again, clothing and weapons and really everything that Arthur Morgan uses. There's a lot of customization options with it, especially the fact that we can find legendary items and make unique items out of that. So I think crafting 30 unique items will be something that comes with ease. Next is Skin Deep, which is skin every species of animal in story mode, and there's said to be over 200 species in the game, so if you're trying to 100% this title, it's going to take some time, especially with having to chase down every single animal and find them. Zoologist, which is study every animal across all states in story mode. Then it's It Was This Big, catch a fish weighing at least 16 pounds, which pretty much indicates that some of the fish that we're going to be finding in ponds or lakes, there's a little bit more to it than just fishing and nabbing them up. Which I will actually compare this to Far Cry 5, which I believe had a similar system in place. When you fished, some of them would end up being bigger or smaller and the value would go up or down. But yeah, Far Cry 5 really did have an impressive fishing feature, and I'm battling with my memory a little bit, but also the type of fish also mattered and the location where you found it. And if Red Dead Redemption 2 or Rockstar Games is doing that, I think that'd be very neat. Then is Locked and Loaded, which is upgrade each available component for a single sidearm or long arm weapon. Grin and Bear It is survive 18 bear attacks and kill the bear each time in story mode. It's going to be a little complicated, I think, of completing, but yeah, surviving 18 Revenant style maulings, we'll see how that goes. Next is Trusty Steed, which is reach maximum bonding level with a horse, and I will say I don't think that this will be very difficult to do. I think that there's only 4 levels with horse bonding, but next we actually get into some Red Dead Online trophies. First is Breakout, which is complete the introduction. Next is Series Major, which is take part in a series, which I'm not too sure what that's actually referring to, if that's Red Dead Online's version of Heist or something along those lines. And then we have Gun for Hire, which details Red Dead Online except 10 free roam missions from characters around the world. Eventful is playing 5 free roam events. Buckle Up is achieving 5 gold belt buckles from awards. The Real Deal is achieving MVP 3 times in a round with at least 4 players. Horses for Courses, which is concurrently owning 5 horses. As previously revealed, we can have our own stable full of horses, and in Red Dead Online, I'd imagine that we can own some property, so maybe there'll be some customization with how we go about that. Next we have is Getting Started, which is reaching rank 10. Notorious is reaching rank 50, and that's actually a gold one. And then All's Fair is successfully countering a rival posse's free roam mission. Home Comforts is purchasing 5 camp improvements. Obviously within Red Dead Online, we can have our own personal camp, so I do wonder what type of improvements that we can make on our own little campsite. Starting to get to some of our last trophies, Non-Regulation is crafting 25 pieces of ammunition. Posse Up is forming a persistent posse. Master Craftsman, which is crafting 20 items excluding ammunition. Butchered is selling 20 items to the butcher, so a lot of meat probably. Pick to Perfection is picking 25 herbs. Had a lot of fun doing that within Red Dead Redemption, and yes, that is sarcasm. Strength in Numbers is completing a free roam mission as part of a posse with at least 2 members. And the very last trophy that I will note is the platinum one, and that is Legend of the West, just like how it was in Red Dead Redemption. So yeah, there was some very interesting details revealed within this, such as how long the actual story will go, 70 missions. Doesn't seem too far-fetched for what to expect from Rockstar Games. I know some people wanted probably over 100, but I think that this makes a lot of sense, being how detailed the world is and how many different activities that we can take part in. But as I said at the start of this video, these trophies don't really go too in-depth and they're mostly spoiler-free, which I do appreciate. great. I will say I am a little bit surprised that Rockstar Games included so many Red Dead Online related trophies, which I kind of find very interesting. Anyway guys, what do you think of these trophies? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and I will say if you're trying to 100% this game, I actually don't think it's going to be too difficult. But thank you again for watching. Make sure to consider subscribing for more Red Dead Redemption 2 content to come, as I'm one of your best sources on this upcoming game, and remember, Outlaws for life.